Yes, in the last class, we have started working with the introduction of Angular, and we have discussed about what is the framework, what is client-side technologies, what is server-side technologies, what are the differences between them. Okay, right. And then after, what is the differences between JavaScript and TypeScript? These things we have successfully discussed. But coming to this differences between JavaScript and TypeScript is we have discussed only 2 points. Okay, right. Remaining 2 points also we need to discuss. So I will discuss with you 1 second. So in the last class, we have discussed about these 2 points and what are the differences between JavaScript and TypeScript. First of all, why there is differences? Why? Because this Microsoft people taken the JavaScript and they have modified something and they have named it as TypeScript only. So if anything is modified into something, so definitely there will be differences. Okay, right. So what are the differences between JavaScript and TypeScript? So if you observe here, JS is loosely typed language. Okay, yeah, JS is first difference is JS is loosely typed language. TS is strictly typed language. What is that? TS is strictly typed language. JS JavaScript is loosely typed and TypeScript is strictly typed language. Okay, 1 second. TS is strictly typed language. Here typed means related to data types only. Here typed means related to data types only. So whenever we are programming, we need to deal with the data. Whenever we are programming, we need to deal with the data. So whenever we are dealing with data, there will be different types also there. Some data will be numbers, some data will be alphabets, some data will be alphanumerics, some data is alphanumeric or special characters, some data is true or false only. Some data alpha object also arrays also will be there. So for all these data types of data, whenever we need to assign to a variable. Okay, so whenever we are declaring a variable, we need to specify the data type for the variables. We need to specify the data type for the variables. We need to specify the data types for the variables. But if it is a loosely typed language, whenever we are declaring, no need to specify anything, any data type. Okay, whenever we are declaring, no need to specify any data types. But if it is a strictly typed language, whenever we are declaring variables, we must specify the data type. Okay, right. For example of JavaScript, if you observe here, I am declaring here a variable called where x equal to 10. What is that? X equal to 10. So what I'm specifying here, value is 10 only. So what is this data belongs to? This data belongs to number. Okay, since it is a loosely typed language, I'm not specifying here data type. Okay, right. In the next line, what I'm getting, I'm writing here x equal to Ramesh. So first line, number 43, I'm assigning as a number. In the next line, I'm assigning as a alphabet. Alphabet's data type is string. Alphabets, alphanumerical special characters, all these data types is string only. So here I am assigning a number, next I am assigning a string, but still it doesn't throw any error. Sorry, it doesn't throw any error. We will get output as Ramesh only. If you print this X, we will get output as Ramesh only. Why? Because JavaScript is loosely typed language. Okay, right. Same thing if you are doing with TypeScript. For example, if you write here where x equal to 10, and whenever you try to print here, it will print the number 10 only. Why? Because in the TypeScript there is a beautiful feature is there. What is that? Depends upon the first value, automatically it will takes the data type. Depends upon the first value, automatically variable takes the data type also. For example, here I am writing 10 now. So this 10 belongs to which data type? Number. In the TypeScript there is number only, there is no integer and there is no float. Okay, directly number. It can handle the numbers also and floating decimal values also. So data type is number only. So here I'm writing as 10 now. So automatically it will take the data type as number. Okay, so whenever you try to print here, it will print the number 10 only. It doesn't throw any error. Why? Because automatically depends upon the first value, it will take the data type also. Next line what I am doing is, I am writing here x equal to Ramesh, and I am trying to print this x. What is the output I will get? Error. Why? Because line number 51 and 52. What is the first value? 51 only. But what is the data I have assigned here? 10. What is the data I have assigned here? 10. So then what happens? It will takes automatically data type as number. Automatically data type as number. But in the next line, what I am writing? I am trying to write here string. Then what happens? Whenever it has taken, or else if you assign manually, or else automatically it has taken number. If any variable declared as a number data type, always this variable will expect number as a value. Always this variable will expect number as a value. Always this variable will expect number as a value. Clear it, everybody? Number as a value. Respond, everyone. Clear or not?
That's clear.
Okay, right. But in the next one, what are you trying to do? You are trying to assign a string. Here it is taking data type as number, but here it is taking data type as data as string. So here what happens? Since data type and data both are not matching, since data type and data both are not matching, it will throw here error. It will throw here error. Okay, so this is the first difference. And the second difference is what? Parameters. See, whenever we are developing an application, we need to develop different functionality. Different functionality. Sometimes we need to add, sometimes we need to subtract, sometimes we need to insert, sometimes we need to update. So different functionalities we need to perform. So whenever you want to perform different functionalities, we must specify the functions. Okay, we must specify in the functions. So whenever you are specifying the functions, sometimes we need to assign their parameters also. Sometimes we need to utilize parameters and arguments also. So coming to this, parameters count and arguments count. No need to match in JavaScript. No need to match in JavaScript, because the unmatched parameter value becomes undefined automatically. The unmatched parameter value becomes undefined automatically. But coming to this TypeScript, parameters count and arguments count. ARGS means arguments count should match in TypeScript. Okay, of course I will discuss each and everything with practically also, but theoretically I am telling this. Okay, right. See here, example for JavaScript. For example, I am writing here a function yard, and I am writing here console.log statement. So whenever you write any instruction inside a function, that instructions won't execute automatically. That instructions won't execute automatically. Okay, whenever you invoke that, invoking means what? Calling. Whenever you call that function, okay, then only that method related instructions will be executed. Then only that method related instructions will be executed. So here I am declaring a function called yard, and here I am calling that function yard. So here I am sending 6, 4, two values whenever we are calling the function. So whenever you are sending the values, okay, whenever you are sending the values, whenever you are calling the function means what is that? Argument. These values can be called as arguments. So whenever you are sending the values, whenever you are calling the function, those values can be called as arguments. Then how to hold these arguments through this function? Wherever you declare there in that function related parenthesis purpose is to hold the parameters only. Parenthesis purpose is to hold the parameters only. So wherever you declared this yard method, there we must specify the parameters. Okay. So here how many values I am sending, or how many arguments I am sending? 2 arguments. How many? 2 arguments. So how many arguments you are sending there, that many parameters we need to specify here. These parameters will hold these arguments respectively. Respectively means first value first parameter, second value second parameter. So then after I am printing these values a plus b, I am adding. Then what is the output I will get? 10. Why? Because 6 will assign to a. So 6 is what? Number. So a value is a number. 4 value becomes b. So b is what? 4. Okay. So number is 6, number is 4. So number plus number equal to 10. Number only. 6 plus 4 equal to 10. 10 also number. So number plus number equal to number. Number plus string equal to string. string plus number equal to string only. Now, okay, right. But here coming to here, I'm writing 6 comma 4. I'm writing right. So I'm removing this 4. I'm sending only one argument. I'm sending here only one argument. What is it, everybody? I'm sending here only one argument. So whenever you are sending here only one argument, what happens? This 6 will assign to this a parameter. The 6 will assign to this a parameter. Okay. Then after, what is the value of b? So there is no value, but there is no parameter for this. There is no parameter for this. There is no parameter for this. Then what happens? 1 second, wait. So there is no value parameter. There is no parameter for this b. Then what happens? Unmatched parameter value will become what? Undefined. So b value will become what? Undefined. A value is 6. B value is what? Undefined. So number plus number equal to number. Number plus string equal to string. String plus number equal to string. But number, A value is number, but B value is what? Undefined. Undefined itself a value also there. So number plus undefined equal to I don't know. Not only me, JavaScript also doesn't know. That's why it will tell not a number. It is not telling I don't know, but it is telling nan, not a number. So number plus undefined equal to what? Not a number. Clear it, everyone? Please respond. Anand, Arun, Sridhar, Darshan, respond everybody.
Yep, understood.
Okay,
yes, sir,
right. Okay, this is the about this thing. Then after TypeScript, same thing I'm doing it with the TypeScript also. 2 parameters are specified here, but only one argument I'm sending. Then what happens? This b value doesn't become automatically undefined. What is the rule here? Parameters count and arguments count should match. So since it should match means what? We must follow that rule. We must follow that rule. If you don't follow, what happens? It will throw error. For example, helmet is mandatory in metropolitan cities. If you don't wear helmet, what happens? They will fine. They will fine. Traffic constable will fine. In the same way, because that is a rule. So here also parameters count and arguments count should match. This is a rule, but you are breaking it that rule. Then what happens? It will throw error. It will throw error. Clear it, everybody? Right. It will get output as error. This is this 2 differences between JavaScript and TypeScript also. JavaScript and TypeScript also. Okay, everybody? Right. A second. Let me drink water. Right. Then after, what is the third difference? JavaScript uses interpreters. TypeScript uses compilers. What is it, everybody? Compilers. So what is this interpreters and compilers will do? They will translate our code into binary code. What is it, everybody? They will translate our code into binary code. Why we need to translate our code into binary code? Why we need to translate our code into binary code? Because whenever you are programming, what is the alphabets we'll use? We will use English alphabets. What is it, everybody? English alphabets. But computer cannot understand this English. If it can understand the English means the people who does not able to understand the English language, they will feel uncomfortable. Right, everybody? So that's why computer cannot understand any particular language. It can understand only mathematical numbers. That is also not all. Only 2 numbers, 0 and 1. So the alphabets you are using is English. The alphabets computer can understand is 0 and 1. So whatever the alphabets you are using, that cannot understand by the computer. Whatever the alphabets understand by the computer, you cannot program like that. For example, if you want to write like this, can you write like that? No, all the time we cannot write like this. Okay, because whenever you made a mistake, you cannot clarify that. Okay, so always you cannot program with 0 and 1s. So that's why what do you think they will do? Whatever the language we are writing, whatever the alphabets we are writing, that will convert into binary code. Who will convert? Either interpreters or compilers only. So that, okay, so that means what? If anybody develops a language, means they need to develop this either interpreters or compilers. Understand everybody? Either interpreters or compilers. Why? To convert our code into, to convert our language related alphabets into binary language. What is it, everybody? Binary language. That's it, everybody. Okay, so what is the differences between these interpreters and compilers? Interpreters read our code line by line. What is it, everybody? Interpreters read our code line by line. Okay, and they will throw errors also one by one. They will throw errors also one by one. But compilers, what they will do? They will read our program, entire program at once. And if there is any problem also, it will throw all the errors at once. It will throw all the errors at once. It will throw all the errors at once. But here, interpreters will display errors one by one. For example, if you write 20 lines of code in JavaScript, if you write 20 lines of code in JavaScript, okay, line number 4 there is a problem, line number 8 there is a problem, then what happens? Whenever you execute in the browser, first it will display line number 4 error only. First it will display line number 4 error only. Okay, 1 2 3 it will execute, then after it will go to the 4. Okay, to stop the interpretation there. Why? Because it is finding an error. So interpreters, what they will do, whenever they find any error, it will stop the interpretation. It does not go to the next line. It doesn't go to the next line. Understand, everybody? It doesn't go to the next line. Okay, after solving line number 4 error, then only it will go to the line number 5, 6, 7. Okay, everyone. Then after 8, since there is a problem in the line number 8, it will stop the interpretation again. After solving line number 8 error, then only it will go to the 9, 10, 11 like that. This is how interpreters will work. But compilers, how they will work? Entire program they will read, immediately they will display all the errors also at once. For example, line number 4 there is a problem, line number 8 there is a problem, like that. This is the differences between JavaScript and TypeScript also. Are you understanding differences between interpreters and compilers? Respond, everybody. Respond, everyone.
Yes,
Understanding or not?
understood, sir.
Right. Only one person is responding. What about others? Karan, Kumar, Anand, Darshan, Srinidhi, Sridhar. Respond, everyone.
Yep, understood.
Okay. Right. So this is the third difference. And the fourth difference is oops concepts in JavaScript are very complicated because there is no class concept. Oops concepts are not complicated in JavaScript. Sorry, TypeScript. In TypeScript, because there is there is class concept. So here in JavaScript, oops concepts are very complicated. Why? Because there is no class concept. Since there is no class concept, what happens? Since there is no class concept, what happens? Each and everything we need to do it with functions only. Each and everything we need to do it with functions only. In JavaScript, we can create object for the function also. In JavaScript, we can create object for the function also. Okay. So since there is no class concept, what happens? Everything we need to do it with function. So function, inside that function, we need to write another function. That inside function has to manipulate it by some other function. That function has to call by some other function. So if to do simple task also, we need to write multiple functions. If you made any single mistake in any single function, it will throw error. Okay, why? Because there is no class concept. But in the TypeScript, what happens? There is a class concept. So that what happens? How many functions you require? All the functions we need to write. We can write. But where? In a class, in a single class, we can write n number of functions. In a single class, we can write n number of functions. Okay, everybody, in a single class we can write n number of functions. So then what happens if you want to utilize that functions, simply we can create an object for that class. Simply we can create an object for that class. Okay, simply we can create object for that class. Understand, everybody? Simply we can create object for that class also. So through that object, what I can do, I can call all the functions also. Through that object only we need to call. So here class is one, but we can write hundreds of functions. Simply we need to create object for that class, and all the functions we can able to utilize. So that's why it is not complicated. But coming to JavaScript, it is very complicated. Why? Because if you want to write 100 different functions, we need to write in a single function, and we need to manipulate individually by other functions. So it will create so much problem also. Clear it, everybody? Right. So that's why JavaScript oops concepts are very, very complicated. But in TypeScript, it is not complicated. Clear or not? Respond, everybody. Fourth point also.
Yeah, clear.
Okay, right. So this is the these are all the four differences between JavaScript and TypeScript also. Okay, everybody, right. So this is about TypeScript also information I provide. So in the last class, I have provided the information about client side versus server side technologies, why everybody using framework also, and what is the framework will provide also. Okay, then after what is this, I have provided today class information about TypeScript language also. And then after what is important, MVC structure. Why? Because Angular follows this MVC structure only. So what is this MVC structure? How we need to organize? What is this MVC structure and how we need to organize? So to explain about this, see here everybody, MVC. MVC stands for what? Model View Controller. So here I am drawing this. So assume this is a model, and assume this is a view, and assume this is a controller. What is this? Model. What is this? View. And what is this? Controller. Okay, everybody. What is the purpose of the model? To deal with the data. What is it, everybody? To deal with the data. That means to insert also, retrieve also, update also, delete also. We need to handle this in the model. So data is available in the model. So where is the data is available in the model? But what is the purpose of the view? What is the purpose of the view? Display data. Whatever the data we have, we need to display. And not only that, get data by user also. Whatever the data we want from the user, that data also we need to get. Okay, so view only it can be possible. And whatever the data I want to display, that data also I can display. Through view only that can be possible. So where is the data is available? Model. Where we need to display that? View. So though the data is available in the model, can I send that data to the view page directly? Respond, everyone. Data is available in the model. In the view, I need to display the data. Respond, everybody. Though we have the data available in the model, can I send that data directly to the view page? Respond, everyone.
No. No.
No. What is it, everybody? We cannot send this directly data to the view page. We are not able to send. We are not able to send model data directly to the view page. Then how can I send? In that case, we need to call this model in this controller. Okay, we need to call this view in this controller. And in the controller, I need to coordinate these two. I need to coordinate these two. How? By getting this model related data here, then we need to assign to a variable in the controller, c underscore data, controller related data. Understand, everybody? M underscore data means what? Model data. That one we are assigning to a variable called c underscore data, where I am defining in the controller. So the variables, whatever you have defined in the controller, the variables, whatever you have defined in the controller, that particular variables only print in the view page. That particular variables only can print in the view page. Okay, everybody. So this model data I'm assigning to the controller data. This controller data I will print here. This is the working culture of MVC. Since I am handling the data differently, okay, displaying data differently, and manipulating the data and coordinating the data different pages, our application will work faster. So MVC structure makes our application as fast because we are dividing the logic into multiple pages so that it will render it within less time and it will make our application as faster. Clear or not? Respond everybody. Hello.
Clear.
Yeah, what about others? Arun Kumar, Darshan, yeah, right. Srinidhi, right.
Yes.
Okay, everybody, right. Thank you, right. So now, if you observe here, last 5 minutes we are talking about data like that. Okay, but actually, exactly in real time, where it is available data, where the data is available in the database. But ours is what? Client-side technology. So by using client-side technology, can we able to connect with the database? Can we able to connect with the database? No, we are not able to connect with the database. Then how can I deal with the data? So very simple. See here, I will explain through diagram. For example, this is the database. Think like that. So actually in the database, data is available. What is available? Data. So how data is available in the database? Dividing into tables. Okay, right. How we will divide the data into tables? By using field names and data. For example, user's data is there. So user ID, user first name, user last name, user email, user gender, user languages, like that will store. Right. What is that? User ID, user password, these things, field names. What is it, everybody? Field names. Then after according to the field names, we will insert the data also. So how we are storing the data in the database? Tabular format. What is it, everybody? Tabular format. Okay, right. Remember that. So this tabular format data should use by this one. Is it possible directly? No. So that's why every company maintains a server. That company related server also. Why? Because they want to share the files with other people also. That's why every company maintains a server. In that server, they will create like this. For example, http://www.sample.com. This is a server name. Think like that. Then after they will create a folder for our application. For example, ABC. In that ABC application, they will take whatever the code is required to develop that application. That server-side programmers will do that because they server-side programmers only can able to connect with the database. Whatever the code they require, they will write that. But not only that, for client-side programmers purpose. Who are client-side programmers? Android developers, iOS developers, Angular developers, React.js developers. Those are all client-side developers. For client-side developers purpose, they will take some extra file also. For example, API.php. Think like that. API.php. Think like that. In that page, what they will do? They will write different functions. For example, get users. What is that, everybody? Get users. What is the purpose of this get users function? What is the purpose of this get users function? To retrieve all the data. What is that, everybody? To retrieve all the data from the users table. So how they will get? Function get users parenthesis curly brace. They will write a database query. Select star from users. So whenever you have written their select star from users, what happens? Whenever you written there select star from users, what is the output I will get? Respond, everybody. Select star from users means what is the output I will get? We will get all the data from the users table, but in which format? Tabular format. But the tabular format data we cannot send. That's why what is the thing they will do? In every language, there is a predefined method is available to convert the tabular data into JSON data. Okay, everybody, right? So in that get users method, they will retrieve the data, and in that method only they will convert into JSON also. After converting into JSON, this is how it will look like. ID colon 10, first name colon Ramesh, last name colon Babu, email colon Ramesh Online Trainer 01. See, this is my official email address. In case of any doubts, you can contact me here. Okay, right. This is how it will look like. ID 11. Prabhat. Kumar. Prabhat@gmail.com. So let everybody respond. So what is this? This is the JSON data. What is that, everybody? JSON data. JSON data means what? JavaScript object notation. How to write the object? By using curly braces. Of course, in the TypeScript, I will tell you how to declare objects and everything. Okay, everybody, no need to worry about this. So in the curly braces, how to write in the curly braces? Dividing into keys and value. What is key? This one. Left side of this column can be called as key. In the JSON data, we must have double quotations for the keys. We must have double quotations for the keys. So ID. Then after first name, last name, email also IDs only. Sorry, keys only. 10 Ramesh Babu, Ramesh online trainer 01@gmail.com is values. So we need to divide this into keys and values. And we need to keep in an object. Since the data is huge, we'll keep this all these objects in this array. Where this array is available? Where this array is available? What happened? This is gone or what? Where this array is available? In this URL. http colon www.sample.com slash, for example, abc slash here http colon sample.com slash abc slash api.php slash get users. In this URL, this entire, okay, in this URL, this entire is available. Understand it, right, everybody? So what is this URL can be called as REST API. What is it, everyone? REST API. So the server side programmer, they will take a file for the REST API purposes, for the web services purpose. Then after they will write so many functions. In all the functions, they will retrieve the data from the different tables. They will convert into JSON. After converting, they will store in an array. Okay, after conversion, this tabular data will convert into objects. That entire array, they don't copy and paste in your computer. What they will do, they will simply give this URL. What is it, everybody? They will simply give this URL. So whenever you are, whenever they are giving this URL, what we need to do? We need to utilize this URL in this model. Then what happens? All this array is available in this model. Then after we need to call in the controller. That array we need to assign to a variable in the controller. That then we need to loop in the view page, and each and every value we can print it. This is how we'll coordinate with REST APIs also. Are you clear? Respond, everybody. Hello?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah,
Right.
clear, sir.
Okay, right. So one more time, listen, everybody. Very simple. Data is available in the database in tabular format. Okay, but by using this Angular, we are not able to connect with the database. That's why in every company there is server-side developers is there. PHP, Node.js, .NET, okay, Python, depends upon the technology. The server-side department will be involved in that particular application. Okay, so that purposes what they will do, they whatever the code they need to write to develop the application, they will write. And not only that, for client-side programmers purpose, what they will do, they will take one extra file also. What is that? API. What is that, everybody? API.php or something like that. There they will write so many extra, so many methods. What is that? Get users, get products, get categories, get subcategories, get orders, get order details, like that. Okay, everybody, right? So in the get users method, what they will do, they will write a query to retrieve the data from the database. But how they will get the data in the tabular format. What is the tabular? Tabular format. The tabular format, by using predefined method, they will convert into JSON. Since that data is very big, they will store in an array. What is it, everybody? Array. After converting into JSON, how it will look like? Objects. All these objects they will keep in an array. So where this entire array is available? In this particular URL. Okay, everybody. So they don't copy and paste this entire array in your computer. Why? Because there is only 2 records today, but tomorrow it will be 2000 also. Day after tomorrow it may be 1900 also. In that case, directly they don't copy and paste in your computer. Simply what they will do, they will copy this URL and they will give to you. Okay, they will write some instructions also in the KT. ID means this purpose, first name is this purpose, like that. Then after what we'll do, simply we need to utilize this URL. Okay, and here where in the model, so that what happens, whatever this URL is containing, the data, that entire data will hold by this model. Okay, we will store in a variable. That one will call in that model, will storing in the controller, and we will assign to variable in the controller, because controller related variables only we can print in the view page. Okay, everybody, right? Then after what happens, this one I am printing in the view page. Clear or not? Respond everyone. Hello. That's it. Okay. This will work with the MVC structure also. Okay, everybody, right? So how we will coordinate with Angular, how we will install Angular. So next classes we will understand. Okay. So tomorrow onwards, that means Monday onwards, what is the thing I will do? I will tell you the TypeScript also. Okay. So this is the introduction about Angular and this thing related things. Basic introduction. So Monday onwards, what I will do? I will teach you the TypeScript. So first I will teach you TypeScript, that related OOPS concepts. Okay. Once that is completed, I will teach you Angular. Okay, everybody. So next week onwards, I will teach the TypeScript only. Okay, everyone. Right. This is the class for today, everyone. Tomorrow we'll meet. That means tomorrow means Saturday, Sunday holiday. Monday we'll meet. We'll continue our classes. Okay, everybody. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. This is the class for today.